In today's video, I am going to be checking out Jimmy Butler and what he can bring to the Golden State Warriors. He just recently was traded, and of course, how he plays in the NBA. He is a very good player, so let's get down and let's check him out and see what he's able to do that you can do as well if you want to be in the NBA. So let's get down, check him out, and make sure to go check out my shooting workout that is down in the description below if you want to be able to shoot the ball from further away. Okay, so one thing that he does extremely well is what we see happening right about here. And that is this play right here. As long as you are jumping straight up and straight back down with your hands above your head, guess what? You are not going to get the foul call, which is fantastic. You're able to play defense exactly like him right there. Myself included, normally I say do not take a million dribbles. You have 3 dribbles to get to the rim or less. If you can do it in 1 dribble, it's even better. However, what does Jimmy Butler do right here? He still hasn't attacked yet, so keep that in mind. In a lot of coaches' ideas, if you're inside the 3-point line, you are now have to be in attack mode, so this would be technically his first dribble on attack, but he still is not attacking in my opinion. Now, at this point, this is where he is now attacking. Now, what was he doing earlier? All of this dribbling right here is to try and get an angle on this defender. So right here, he was able to get him to stand straight up with his feet very narrow, which means that you need to attack him. He's not in defensive stance anymore. He's kind of dribbled the boredom out of this guy, and the guy stood up. So Jimmy Butler was able to attack. He was able to attack also because he stood up. It's part of his attack to get his shoulders lower, because that's what you want to do. You want to try and get your shoulders lower than the defender's shoulders. He was able to create the lane to the basket, or at least to the spot where he wants to be able to shoot from. The one thing that you are going to find with NBA players is they will have their spots that they want to shoot from. And every NBA player is different. For example, Shea is extremely good at getting a shot off right there, and his shooting percentage is a lot higher in this spot. Now, Jimmy Butler is attacking the baseline, comes to a 2-foot jump stop, and then goes up into his shot. He's able to make this shot as well, and there's a reason. So when he attacks right here, and if we put it into slow motion, he lands on both feet at the exact same time. He's already going up into his shot. He needs to keep that ball nice and high because the defender's hands are up. However, watch what he does. He kicks this right foot out. Coming to that 2-foot jump stop means that he is balanced. Obviously, the right foot is behind the left foot, which means that he needs to kick that right foot out to be able to get his right side in line so that he can get his shoulder and elbow in line with the basket so that it can be a straight, consistent shot. This is a move that obviously you can do as well. You just have to practice it. It's not something that you can do overnight. Now watch what he's able to do right here. He does this quick look away dribble, which gets his defender standing up thinking he's going to pass the ball off, but it also gets his defender off balance. He's on his heels. So a push cross right there allows him to have that lane to the basket. Because his left shoulder is lined up with the left shoulder of his defender, he is able to attack that shoulder and he's able to get himself right to that rim. And he's able to make it as well. You don't always need a killer cross or something fancy. You just need to look away sometimes. This is not even a dribbling move that you can really practice a million times. It's just you're looking over here, you cross the ball over to the left hand, you do then a push cross back, and you've got the net to yourself. Also, this is what separates a lot of elite players away from everybody else. You may be the most skilled, but if you don't do this, you're going to have a very hard time getting to the rim. Making that contact first, which creates a little bit of separation between yourself and the defender. That's the separation right there that I am talking about. That contact that he made just a millisecond earlier, right there. That little bit of contact, he's trying to draw the foul, but it creates the gap that he needs because this guy obviously doesn't want to get a foul. So he lays off just enough so that Jimmy Butler is able to get himself that open layup. You need to make contact with defense first before defense makes contact with you. One thing I really like about Jimmy Butler, especially for younger players to watch him, is because right here, he gathers or he catches the ball on his left foot. he goes into a 2-foot jump stop, which is allowed because he's going up for a shot. Now, if he was to go 1-2, so for example, if we were to rewind just a little bit, if he was to catch on his outside foot right here and go left and then right, he might be able to get that shot off. I'm not saying he's not going to be able to. Every player should be able to go 1-2 with their footwork. But if you are really running fast, if you're sprinting off of a screen and you catch that ball, if you can go to a 2-foot jump stop like this, you are going to get yourself very well balanced. Because even look at his hips. He's got roughly 90 degrees on his hips. Now look at his knees. His knees are roughly 90 degrees. This is a very perfect shot right there. He's got 90. He's got 90. He's also not floating left or right, which means that it's a perfect shot. He's got a lot of rotation on. It's fantastic. This is how you can shoot a higher percentage if you're trying to get yourself more balanced when you're shooting. Now, this would be considered a circus shot to most coaches, but I really like his setup early on. So if we actually watch his setup, watch what he does. He hesitates right there and crosses back over. He doesn't explode off right away. He's patient. Sometimes slower is better. Kawhi has always said slow is pro. So by understanding, hey, if I can hesitate really quick, wait till that gap defender reaches in, I can spin off. Well, now I'm faced with a secondary defender again. I've gone through one defender. I've got my own defender. I've got now a third defender, technically second in this case. What do? Well, there's a gap. Well, spinning off that gap, up and under, you got to try something, and that's exactly what he did. This is obviously why you need to have core strength. If you are trying to do things like that, where it's like that acrobatic finish, you need obviously shoulder, back strength. Core strength is going to be huge. Obviously, you need to be able to jump, but your core is going to do a lot of that. So definitely go check out my vertical jump training book. If you want to be able to jump higher, it's down in the description. If you want to shoot the ball from further away, make sure to go check out the shooting workout that is down in the description below as well. I hope that this video has helped you. If it has, hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys again in my next video.